Okay, I want to talk right now about the devouring mother. So, I know everyone thinks that we are experiencing the patriarchy, okay? And that's why the world is in the state it's in, and yada yada. Okay, without going down that rabbit hole, what I realized today, just today now, I was looking into forget it. It's irrelevant. We're not. This is not the patriarchy that's playing out right now. Right now, the state of the world, I feel an aspect that has been overlooked is we're experiencing the devouring mother, the shadow feminine. Now, the reason I say that is because so I was going through covert narcissists, okay, and this notion of indirect, like that kept coming, that word kept playing in my mind over and over and over and over. Indirect. And the thing I just realized is the feminine is indirect. The feminine is indirect. So you think of a covert narcissist. A covert narcissist is the devouring mother. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. The covert narcissist is possessed, being controlled, dominated by, and acting out through the devouring mother. Everything they do is covert, obviously. But it's the dark feminine. They get others to do their bidding. The feminine influence indirectly to get things done. It's an indirect movement. Okay? So, the devouring mother. So I'm reading about persuasion. Persuasion, influence, power, all those types of that type of like energy. Really, power is being able to direct energy, have things done, manifest, created. And it was through, which one was it? The book The One Sentence Persuasion Course. I read that book. It's actually a PDF. It's like 13 pages. The phrase that was said in there: people will do anything for those who encourage their dreams, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and help them throw rocks at their enemies. Like, you should just look at that. Anyone, people will do anything for someone who will do that for them. Who does these things? These are things that a mother does. Only a mother will do these things. Encourage their dreams. Justify their failures. It's not your fault. Allay, how do you say that? Allay their fears. So basically, like, yeah, what you're afraid of is valid. It's good. Confirm their suspicion. See, yes, it was them. You're right. Help them throw rocks at their enemies. Let's go get them. You're not wrong. It's not your fault. It's theirs, right? This is motherly behavior. Persuasion. It's persuasion. The one sentence persuasion course. This explains how cult leaders get obedience. How someone can get another person so twisted in their mind that they will kill for them. You do this for someone, they are your slave, basically. So this is the information that evil people who want to control you to do bad will use this. They'll use this formula for evil. I think it is time we reorder the distortion, use the very things that gets loyalty and agreement, but use it to serve good, to awaken the sleeping masses. So going back to the devouring mother. Use myself as a case study. I've always identified as very comfortable in my masculine. Just very comfortable in the masculine energy. Like the go for it, do it. Just that very warrior energy. If you think about it in the 4 quadrants, right? The warrior, lover. I don't even know actually what order it would be in. Magician and king. Okay? If you look at it in that, right? The warrior is kind of what in Robert Moore doesn't really look at the masculine and feminine as like separate entities. He kind of bakes it into like lover energy, warrior energy as male, female. So this is like Venus and this is like Mars. And I notice nowadays most women, not you can't really say most, all, you know, it's nuanced, but a lot of women live here. A lot of men live here. This dynamic also plays in, from what I just realized, to the anxious attachment and the avoidant attachment. Those also live in these quadrants, which makes sense to me from my experience. I'm comfortable here. Just naturally. I don't know. From my upbringing, I don't know. It's not about why. It's about what. So we're at what. This is not a unfamiliar area for me. Very comfortable here. Also very comfortable here. Always curious. Questioning. Very aware. This is the magician. This is Mercury. This is air. This is fire. This is water. This is earth. Also very comfortable here. I have a lot of royal energy. This has always, always, always been my weak zone. This is where I am the most unfamiliar. And so this is prior. This is how I used to look at it. And I used to feel like, no, I'm just really comfortable in my masculine energy. And having a partner that's very much in this realm, this is comfortable here. This is uncomfortable for him. This only comes through in unconscious ways when he's pushed past the brink of no return, and then this comes through as rage, only as unconscious rage. What I'm just now realizing is that what I thought of as my masculine energy, oh, I just need to get more into the feminine, which is true on one level. I'm also seeing now that the masculine energy that I thought was just the masculine is actually the devouring mother. It's actually the shadow feminine. So I just feel comfortable in my masculine energy was actually a shadow feminine aspect. The only reason that that came through as like, wow, I didn't realize that, and that might actually be the case, is because looking through this, just recently being guided towards, hey, look here, study this, something to learn here. This always felt very wrong, bad, and evil. Oh, throw that whole thing away. That's how I used to think. That's only for people who want to manipulate, who want to sell something that you don't need, who are just trying to take your money from you, who are just trying to use you. That's what I lumped this energy as. Anything power, persuasion, influence, sales, all that stuff. Very, very narrow perspective I used to have. Only very, very recently has that untangled. That is no longer evil in my eyes. This is actually the missing piece. For me, this has been the missing piece. And now that I am able to look at it, so now I can actually allow my magician to learn that. It's unlocking so many other things that's helping me see other areas that I have blind spots. Blind spots. That's the whole thing. Growth is all about just exposing blind spots. Blind spots are really just a distorted perception. That's all I look at as blind spots. It's something that you see, but you just don't see correctly. When you don't see correctly, you can't do correctly, which makes it a blind spot, which makes it, you can't, you, it's hidden from you. You know, you cannot access this. So that part of your puzzle will just be blocked. You can't get any traction there, any movement there. And that would reflect in your life as, I can't get myself to do this. How come I can't do that? Why is this not working? There's a blind spot there that you're not seeing. So, with that being the case, now I can look at this. Now I'm realizing things. Now it's unlocking other things. Now I'm realizing that I've actually been possessed by the devouring mother. Me thinking it was just my masculine was actually, in a way, the devouring mother. And the reason why I say that is because, okay, so I'm trying to get my son to what you call it, inspired, motivated again to be, I don't know what you say. Anyways, irrelevant. I want to influence him in a way that serves him. Okay, that's the goal. That's the goal. Influence him in a way that empowers him. That's the goal I tell myself. But when this is a blind spot, And I think I'm here, but it's really distorted this. Also, mask as that. It's not that I don't have that. It's just, it's this that's repressed, denied, coming through as a devouring mother and being confused as the warrior masculine. The devouring mother is critical. She's critical. She's demanding. She's judgmental. She's ultimately destructive. It's feminine, lover, appreciative, nurturing energy distorted. Think of like a carnival mirror. It's the beautiful feminine in this ugly mirror coming through as Medusa. That's what's happening. And this is the way it shows up. So, unbeknownst to myself, when I'm doing these things, I think, because my mind, in my I want to help, okay? I want to help him. That's my goal. That's my intent. But I'm using a filter. I'm filtering it through a distorted perception, and it's coming through like this, in these manners. And I'm wondering, why is it not working? Why? Why is it not working? What's wrong with them? How come they don't get it? That's just like the video I made earlier about the golfer. You're here swinging your golf ball. Swinging your golf club with the intent. Your intent, hit the ball. That's your intent, okay? Nobody goes golfing intending to miss. Your intent is to hit the ball. But unless you do it in the right way, if you're hitting, the ball's here, but you're hitting here, and you're wondering what the hell is wrong with the ball, that's why. It's not the ball's fault. You play the ball as it lays, and you're thinking the ball's here. Your intent is right. That's why they say the road to hell is, wait, what is it called? What? Something about good intention. I can't think of it right now. You must get better at hitting the ball. Not judging the ball, not criticizing the ball. You must move to the ball. Move to the ball. And hit the ball where it is, not where you think it should be. Why is it not working? Because you have a blind spot. And even though your intention is good, your ingredients and your recipe is making it, your bread is not rising. It's not working. Why? Because you're not doing it right. You're missing something. Something is missing. And whose fault is that? Whose job is that? I used to think, oh my God, jeez, why can't you just meet me halfway? Why do I have to do everything? What's wrong with you? Just wake up. Figure it out. You're so useless. It's pathetic. Grow up. Be a man, okay? These are the thoughts of the devouring mother who has good intentions, but is coming through in a way that is destructive. It's destructive because there's no consciousness is not there. This area is always going to be an area for me where these kind of blind spots can seep in. This is where my vessel is most weak. That is on me to fix, not on anybody else. I'm not going to wait for somebody to come along. I just need a perfect man to come along so that he can give me permission to be in my good feminine. That's a lie I told myself. That's not true. It's on you. Nobody's going to save you. It's on you to ask. There's a level of surrendering here. You must ask. You will never ever find your blind spots without asking. Who do you ask? God. That which knows. Ask to see, where am I blind? Why is it not working? What's wrong? What's going on? Whose fault is it? Is it the ball's fault or is it the golfer's fault? Well, if you have the eyes to see, you must take responsibility. This is a tough game you decided to come in. This is a tough game, and it's going to feel unfair. It's going to feel like the world is on your shoulders. I'm the one that has to do it. There's no one to save here. Everything is just a reflection for you to see where you're blind. You're not actually saving anybody. You're just unclogging the blind spot so that area that was hidden, I see it now. I get it. Oh my gosh. Now I no longer have to unconsciously act out the devouring mother. I can make a conscious decision and become the divine feminine. It's on you. You came here to play a game. So play the game. Don't hate that the game is set up the way it is. Why are all these people so blind? Oh my God, they're just so stupid. They just can't hear. Nope. Sorry. You're not saying it right. You must use the key in the lock. You need a specific recipe. You have to have a right recipe. And a recipe has ingredients. The recipe has tools you're going to need, equipment, pots, pans, spoons, blender, knife. You know, you're going to need things. You're going to need ingredients to put into your dish. You're trying to make a dish called success. Success just means what I want. What I want to have happen happens. That's what success is. Success has a recipe. Success calls for certain ingredients with the use of certain tools and a process that follows a specific order and takes an amount of time to come to fruition. You can't do 4 above 1 and expect a successful dish. There are lots of different things you must juggle at the same time in order for this dish you want to come out the way you want it. And to blame the ingredient, to blame the process, why is it hard? Why is this here? I don't have the tool I need. You're not playing the game. That's not the game you came to play. Play the game you came to play. And what you know, how do you know what game you came to play? What is showing up? What is showing up here? What do you see? What is your intuition telling you? What do you feel called to do? That's the game you came to play. So don't get distracted by thinking, I don't like this recipe. I don't like playing this game. Frank, I hate those ingredients I got. Man, my knife is dull. I want to do 3 before I do 1. Arrogance. Arrogance will not give you the dish you want. You must submit to the process. Who made the recipe? Nature made the recipe. Call it God. It was here before you came. You came to play the game called Make the Dish Called Success. This is the recipe you discovered. These are the things you have. You have certain cards. I like to think of it as a game sometimes. You get your set of cards. Everyone gets their own hand. Everybody gets the ingredients. You use what you have. You can upgrade your ingredients, perhaps, by using your magician, learning things, unlocking the blind spots. So you can therefore make the dish you actually want. Instead of wondering over here, what is this? Why is this not working? What's wrong with them? I think they just got to be different. Oh my God, I got a bad batch. Let me just throw this one away and let me just start over. You gotta level up. You gotta level up your skills, level up your awareness, level up your intuition. And you have to understand you're not here alone. Don't ever forget to ask. This game is also a game of follow the leader. You're not the leader. In one aspect, you are the leader. But in another aspect, you're not the leader. You're the follower. So it's putting things in its proper perspective, in its proper order, so that you don't come through in a way that's destructive, which doesn't give you the dish called success. It gives you the dish called trash, failure, destruction, chaos, poverty, ignorance. Those are the dishes we're all cooking. Because we're leaving out ingredients. We think we can throw certain ingredients away. No, this recipe calls for you must use all ingredients. All the ingredients that you have to use every one, or your dish won't come out. You cannot throw anything away. This is an inclusive universe. It's inclusive, meaning there's nothing that can be thrown away. Everything must be used. And if you can't use it the way it is, there's something you need to do to it. You need to prepare it. You need to level up your skills so that you can get through to the person you're trying to help, and in a way that's not destructive, in a way that helps, so it can become an ingredient that you use for your dish called success. I'm gonna leave this one here for now. Okay, good luck.